Nobody tells you that 50 is the age where jars become your nemesis. Not traffic, not taxes, jars. But here's what's actually going on. That jar isn't the problem. It's a message. Your grip strength, the force you generate when you squeeze something, starts declining around 50. And it doesn't just affect your hands, it affects your core, your shoulders, your spine. And according to a Lancet study of 140,000 people across 17 countries, your odds of still being here in 20 years. Grip strength is a better predictor of cardiovascular mortality than systolic blood pressure. We measure blood pressure at every single appointment. We almost never measure grip. I find this professionally embarrassing. The good news? Grip strength is one of the fastest things to turn around after 50. Not months, weeks. And when your grip gets stronger, something unexpected happens. So does everything else. 4 exercises, a full body journey, starting at the fingers. Let's go. Exercise 1, pinch grip hold. This is where the chain starts. Not your palm, not your forearm, your thumb and fingers, the part of your grip that quietly gives up first. You notice it when you turn a key, open a bottle, peel something that shouldn't require this much effort. That's your pinch grip telling you it's been ignored for approximately a decade. Most people who train their grip use a hand gripper, that spring-loaded device that's been sitting in a drawer since 2019. It's not useless, but it trains your palm, not your fingers. And your palm isn't the part that gives out on a jar. Your thumb is. Your pinch is. That's exactly what this targets. The thumb contributes roughly 40% of total hand function. 40%. Lose that, and you can't button a shirt, hold a phone, or shake someone's hand with any conviction. We evolved opposable thumbs and then spent the last 50 years sitting on them, literally. Take a weight plate, a thick book, or anything flat and moderately heavy. Hold it between your thumb and fingers, no palm, just the pinch. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds. Put it down. Do that 5 times. Not quite there yet? Start with something lighter. A hardcover book works perfectly. Once you can hold for 30 seconds without your fingers trembling, go heavier. One of these 4 exercises targets the one link in the chain the other 3 miss completely. You'll find out which one shortly. 2 weeks of this and that key turns on the first try, every time. Next up, what happens when you make your grip carry your entire body? Exercise 2, farmer's walk. Here's the exercise that looks like you're carrying groceries. Because you are, except this time, intentionally. The farmer's walk is the closest thing to a cheat code in strength training. You pick up something heavy, you walk with it, and your entire body, hands, forearms, core, shoulders, spine, has no choice but to show up, all at once. No machine required, no complicated technique, just weight, walking, and gravity doing what gravity does. Gyms spent decades inventing machines to isolate every muscle individually. Meanwhile, the farmer's walk was doing all of them at once, in a field, for free. The farmer's walk is the most functional exercise in existence. You pick things up, you carry them, you don't drop them. This is also a complete description of what it means to be independent after 50. We just never thought to train it deliberately until someone put it in a gym and charged for it. Grab the heaviest things you can carry with good posture. Dumbbells, kettlebells, heavy bags, whatever you have. Shoulders back, chest up, core tight. Walk for 20 to 30 seconds. Put them down. Rest. Do that 4 times. The key is the squeeze. Squeeze the handles like you mean it the entire time. The moment your grip relaxes, the chain breaks. Everything else follows. Not heavy enough to feel it? Go heavier. Too heavy to keep your shoulders back? Go lighter. Posture is non-negotiable here. 2 weeks of this and carrying groceries stops being exercise. It just becomes Tuesday. Your arms don't burn. Your back doesn't complain. You get to the top of the stairs and realize you didn't think about it once. Next up, the exercise your spine has been waiting for since your first desk job. Exercise 3, dead hang. This one looks like giving up. There's no movement, no reps, no counting. Just you, a bar, and the quiet realization that hanging there is harder than it looks. And yet, this is the exercise your spine has been waiting for since you got your first desk job. Here's what's actually happening when you hang. Gravity does what gravity always does. It pulls everything down. And for once, you let it. Your vertebrae decompress, your shoulders open, your grip, your forearms, your entire upper chain fires just to keep you up there. Doing nothing has rarely been this productive. Here's the anatomy in 10 seconds. Your spine is a stack of vertebrae with discs between them. Those discs are under compression almost every waking hour. A dead hang creates the opposite force. It gently pulls the vertebrae apart, giving those discs space to breathe. 10 seconds of this does what an hour of backstretching usually doesn't. The spine spends most of its day compressed. Sitting compresses it, standing compresses it, carrying things compresses it. A dead hang is one of the very few movements that reverses that. It creates traction through the entire spinal column. I recommend it to almost every patient I see. Most of them are surprised it's this simple. So am I, frankly. Find a bar, a pull-up bar, a sturdy door frame bar, anything that holds your weight. Grab it with both hands, shoulder-width apart. Let your feet leave the floor. Hang. That's it. Start with 20 to 30 seconds. 3 rounds. Can't hang your full body weight yet? Keep one foot lightly on a chair or step. Same decompression, same grip work, same shoulder opening, just less terrifying. Once 30 seconds feels easy, close your eyes. Seriously, it makes it harder. Your grip has to work without visual anchoring, and suddenly, 30 seconds feels like a personal achievement again. 2 weeks of this, and you'll notice your posture changing before you notice your grip changing. Next up, the one link in the chain the other 3 missed completely. Exercise 4, wrist roller. Every chain has a weak link. You've trained your fingers, your forearms, your shoulders, your spine. And then there's this, the part nobody gets to. The part that gives out when you're turning a key, controlling a steering wheel, or trying to catch yourself when it actually matters. Your wrists. Think about every rotation in your day. The key in the door, the cap on a bottle, the steering wheel on a tight corner, the tap that's just slightly too stiff. Every single one of those is your wrist working under load, and every single one of them gets easier when this gets stronger. Most people never train their wrists until something goes wrong. A sprain, a fall, a morning where the tap is suddenly a problem. This is the exercise that makes sure you're never that person. Wrist weakness is the most underestimated injury risk in adults over 50. When people fall, and we do fall, the instinct is to reach out and catch yourself. If the wrist can't handle the load, it folds. That's not a wrist injury. That's a life-changing event. Train this now while it's still optional. Here's the setup. Take a broomstick or any thick stick about 30 centimeters long. Tie a piece of string to the middle, about 60 centimeters long. Attach a small weight to the other end. A water bottle works. A tin of beans works. Anything with a bit of weight. Hold the stick in both hands in front of you, arms straight, palms down. Now roll the stick forward, winding the string up until the weight reaches the top. Then slowly unwind it back down. That's 1 round. Do 3. Sounds simple. Looks simple. Burns like something that is absolutely not simple after about 15 seconds. Not feeling it? Go slower on the way down. The eccentric, the unwinding, is where the real work happens. Most people rush it. Don't. 2 weeks of this and screwdrivers, water taps, steering wheels, anything that requires rotation, stop being a negotiation. 4 exercises, 1 chain, completely fixed. And that jar? It never stood a chance.